Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel, thank you for stopping by. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience, and any comments or questions you may have, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I want to talk about Ripple today and their case with the SEC and how John Deaton is confident they will win this case. But before I move on to that, I'll go through the cryptocurrency market as a whole. So it's been a little bit of a pullback. We had a decent weekend, but we pulled back 1.69% today over the last 24 hours. Market cap's still above $1 trillion, which is a good sign. 24-hour trading volume is up because it's Monday. It's up to 55 billion. Bitcoin dominance continues to push up. It's up to 42.5%. Bitcoin itself is still trading above $23,000. Yesterday it looked like it was going to hit $24,000, but obviously that's not played out. There's obviously some sellers in the market. If we go to the biggest moves over the last 24 hours, Mina continues to do well. Dash is doing quite well, but nothing's up majorly. Is that just this one Mina here? Everything else is, there's no 10, 20, 30% movers. It's a fairly quiet day across the board. A lot of selling going on. If we go to the XRP page, you can see we're down 3%, trading at 39 cents. Market cap still over $20 billion. 50.8 billion XRP circulating at the moment, and a 24-hour trading volume of over $1 billion, which is quite significant. Everything's looking quite red at the moment. It's not of a major concern to me because things don't move up linearly. There is always going to be pullbacks in any market in whatever you're trading. As for sentiment, again, people are just trying to shill other coins in here now. It's become a bit of a cesspit, to be honest with you. So moving on, let's have a quick look at the technicals before we go to the articles. So this is XRP on the daily. You can see we broke through this support on Friday the 23rd, so just over a week, nearly 2 weeks ago. Pulled back, went below it, then we closed above it. It's just been hovering around here, but today it's been hovering around the 40 cent level. Today we are breaking down. I'm very, very interested to see how we react to this 100 period moving average. If we can use that as support, then that's quite good because they are starting to flatten off these MAs. That's the 50, that's the 100, and we could bounce off of those. It'll be interesting to see how we react to that later on in the day. There's no divergences. We're still doing positive momentum on the MACD. We've got both the signal line and the MACD line above the zero line, but they are about to cross potentially. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Quick look at the weekly. Yeah, again, it's looking it's a bad start to the week. There's no two ways about it, but it's just not, it's one of those things that's crypto for you. So you can either get upset about it or use it as an opportunity to buy in at a better price. It's entirely up to you. I don't give financial advice. I just say what I see on the charts and go through some articles and share what I'm doing within the markets. Right, so I'll go through this article on Crypto News Flash. I'll link it down below so you can read it whenever you want. So Ripple will win the SEC case without doubt, says lawyer. Can it drive the price of XRP to $1? Pro-crypto lawyer John Deaton is optimistic both Grayscale and Ripple will beat the SEC if the cases get to the Supreme Court. With the expectations growing, many are optimistic XRP price will touch $1 if the case ends in Ripple's favour. Right, John Deaton, a crypto lawyer and advocate, has come out to say that the blockchain payments firm Ripple Labs Inc. will win its ongoing lawsuit with the Crypto States Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, with zero doubt. Deaton, who doubles as the founder of crypto law media outlet, revealed this on Twitter in a response to a tweet from a user, AP Abacus, who said that the separate lawsuit between the US SEC and Grayscale Investments will likely end in the latter's favour at the DC Circuit Court. Deaton concurred with this assessment, confirming that the chances of a digital currency group, DCG, subsidiary winning the DC Circuit Court is pegged at 50-50. Recall that Grayscale sued the SEC back in June when the regulator rejected its application to convert its flagship Grayscale Bitcoin Trust product into a fully fledged spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, ETF. So yeah, they wanted to make an ETF. Grayscale's argument consists in the fact that the regulator's refusal is unwarranted, considering it has approved a series of Bitcoin future ETFs in the previous year. The SEC's argument remains the same, and it borders on the fact that Grayscale does not have the capabilities to prevent an industry-wide price manipulation that is renowned within cryptocurrencies. I can't really argue with that, but regulations will come eventually, and that will all be a thing of the past. So I think personally now's the time to make hay while the sun shines, because once regulation comes in, it's going to be a good thing, but it's going to be tougher to make the gains that are possible at the moment. Right, according to AP Abacus, Grayscale presented a good argument before the DC Circuit Court, and should it win there, chances are the case will be dragged along to the United States Supreme Court. In Deaton's opinion, with the current makeup of the Supreme Court, which does not tolerate excesses from the government agencies, Grayscale will have a 75 to 80% chance of winning at the Apex Court. The ruling, just like that of the SEC versus Ripple, is considered one of the most defining cases for the crypto industry, and the outcome can shape the future of the industry for decades to come, with the precedent that will be set. A win is more than possible. I'll put the odds of a Grayscale win before the DC Circuit at 50-50 and a win before the Supreme Court at 75 to 80%. Under the law, the SEC gives denial of a spot Bitcoin ETF while allowing both futures ETF and short ETFs is arbitrary and capricious. That's what John Deaton said on the 26th of January. Deaton has been a very vocal advocate of Ripple, and he does not often fail to showcase how the $1.3 billion lawsuit brought against the company by the SEC is an overreach of its powers. Deaton believes the chances of the blockchain payments company winning the regulator if the case gets to the Supreme Court are very high, considering how the court ruled in West Virginia versus EPA case. And the Supreme Court's decision, it's just a repetition of what Deaton said. I'll link the article down below. Several other lawyers and observers have share a similar sentiment with John Deaton and the amicus briefs filed. Ripple has as many as 3,000 statements from the company's partners who attested to the fact that their utilisation of the XRP coin was a utility without the expectations of earning a return from it as a security, something that the SEC is accusing the company of selling cryptocurrency as a security. With XRP changing hands at 41 cents at the time of writing, after inking a 1.3% growth, expectations remain high that the digital currency will soar above $1 when the case is concluded. When was this article written? That's from today, so obviously it was up earlier. So let's go to the chart and see what's happened. When's this sell-off happen? Let's go to the hourly. So at midnight we were looking good. So obviously something's happened at midnight that's triggered a huge sell-off. It is starting to, there's this like green shoots of recovery there. It does look like it could push up, but it doesn't really look good. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Again, you see this massive doji there, and then two big sell-offs, a massive bearish engulfing, little inside bar there, but we're pushing back up again now on the 4 hourly. As for the daily, which is where I take most of my readings from, I'd like to think we can push back up. Well, it'd be interesting if it were to go further down and touch this 100 and see how it reacts to that, but I'd like to think we'll stay around this area of resistance that has sort of become support over this last week. If we can hover around the 40 cent region, I'll be more than happy with that. But also regarding dollar cost averaging, if it does drop down to the 50, the 100 or the 50, that I'm really not bothered. I'll just buy more at those prices. It's given me a better buying opportunity. Not financial advice, that's just how I look at things. So I will leave it for there. I'll link the article down below. Thank you for watching, and like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Drop a like on the video. It helps me out, it helps me to reach a wider audience. And any comments or questions you may have, please leave them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Okay, have a great afternoon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.